Dear students, in this video we'll see some more problems on time response. So we'll see the first problem. A second order system has the unity feedback and the open loop transfer function. So g of s is equal to 500 divided by s into s plus 15. Draw the block diagram for closed loop. What is the characteristic equation? What is the damping ratio and natural frequency values? And calculate TP, that is peak time, MP is the peak overshoot, and T is the settling time for the system output response when exerted by the unit step input, and sketch the transient response of the unit step input. If the input ramp is 0.5 radians per second, calculate the steady state error. So these are the parameter we need to find. So we'll write the closed loop function like this. So it is the negative feedback. So the characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. So 1 plus g of s is 500 divided by s into s plus 15. So if I cross multiply this, I'll get it as cross multiply and take the LCM is, that is s square plus 15s plus 500. So this equation should be compared with the second order equation, that is the standard second order equation, that is x square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square is equal to 0. So now I'll compare the values. Omega n square is equal to 500, omega n is 22.36 radians per second, and 2 zeta omega n is 15, that is zeta is equal to 15 by 2 omega n, so 0.3354. The system is under damped. So now omega d is omega n is equal to square root of 1 minus zeta square. We got all these values, omega n and zeta. So substituting the values, I'll get omega d as 21.0648 radians per second. And peak time formula is pi by omega d. So this is 0.1491 second. So maximum overshoot is e to the power of minus pi zeta divided by 1 minus zeta square into 100. Already we found the value of zeta. If I substitute, the maximum overshoot will be 32.66677%. Then settling time is 4 by zeta omega n. So this value I'll get it as 0.533 second. So according to that, I need to draw the graph. So here I need to draw the peak time. Peak time is 0.149 seconds, as you can see here what we calculated here. And the settling time what I got it here is 0.533. So maximum overshoot value, the maximum overshoot value is 32.67, that you can see here 32.67. So last one is r of t is equal to 0.5t and r of s is, in the place of Laplace transform, this will be 0.5 by s square. So ESS is equal to limit of s tends to 0 SRS divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. So limit of s tends to 0, s into r of s is 0.5 by s square. So then g of s value we know already, substitute the value. So now limit of s tends to 0. So here simplify the expression here. So I'll get it as 0.5, and here in the denominator I'll get it as s plus s into 500 divided by s into s plus 15. Now again we'll simplify here. So this is 0.5 into 15 divided by 500. So if I substitute the value here and if I apply the limits everything, I'll get the value as ESS is equal to 0.015. So now we'll see one more problem. For unity feedback system, g of s is equal to 36 by s into s plus 0.72. So determine the characteristic equation and hence calculate the damping ratio, peak time, settling time, peak overshoot, and the number of cycles completed before output settles for a unit step input. So for this, first I need to find the characteristic equation, that is 1 plus g of s into h of s, and substitute the value of g of s. I'll get the expression as s square plus 0.72 s plus 36. Now this comparing with the second order expression, that is s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square, this is equal to 0. So value of omega n square is 36. So omega 1 value is 6. And 2 zeta omega n is 0.72, so zeta is 0.06, and omega d is omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square. So I'll get omega d value is 5.9891 radians per second. So peak time formula is pi by omega d. So pi by 5.9891, I'll get it as 0.5245. And the settling time formula is 4 divided by zeta omega n. Already we got the value of zeta and omega n. Substitute here, I'll get it as 11.11 second. Then the peak overshoot, that is MP is equal to the power of minus pi zeta divided by 1 minus zeta square. Already we got zeta value, so substitute the value, so I'll get it as 0.8279. So it should be in percentage, so it should be multiplied by the 100, that is 82.79%. Now omega d is 5.9891 radians per second. This omega d can be explained as 2 pi ft. So ft value is nothing but omega d divided by 2 pi. So ft value is 0.953d cycles per second. So we need to find here TD value. TD value is nothing but 1 by ft value. So this is 1.0491 seconds per cycle. That is time for one cycle. So settling time is 11.11. Therefore, output will perform, that is settling time already we got it as 11.11. So settling time 11.11 divided by dt, that is 1.0491. That is a delayed time. So that if I calculate this value, I'll get it as 10.59. That is cycle before it settles. So now we'll see the one more problem. A system has 30% overshoot and the settling time is 5 seconds for a unity step input. To determine the transfer function and calculate the peak time and the output response. So ESS as 2%. So already we know the maximum overshoot formula. So first write the given value. MP is equal to 30%. That is 30 is equal to the power of minus pi zeta divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square into 100. Now 0.3 is equal to e to the power of minus pi zeta square root of 1 minus zeta square, that is 30 divided by 100. I'll get it as 0.3. Now I'll take this exponential to the left hand side, that is ln of 0.3. So it is minus pi zeta divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. So now I can calculate the zeta square value using the above expression. So zeta value will be 0.3578. Now settling time value, that is settling time is 4 divided by zeta omega n. Substitute the value of zeta also and omega n value. The settling time value already they have given in the problem as 5. So 4 by zeta omega n is equal to 5. Using this above expression, I can find omega n as 4 by, that is 5 zeta. That zeta value already we know. I'll get it as 2.2358 radians per second. So transfer function is C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So substitute all the values, I'll get the transfer function. So Tp is equal to pi by omega d. So here pi divided by omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square, I'll get it as 1.5047 second. So C of t, so C of t I'll write it as 1 minus e to the power of minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega d into t plus theta. So here first we'll find the omega d value. So this is the omega d value, 2.0877 radians per second. Then we'll find theta value. Theta is tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta in terms of radians. So this value is 1.2048 radians. Now we substitute in the above expression all the values. So it is C of t is equal to 1 minus e to the power of minus 0.80 divided by square root of, that is 1 minus zeta square is 1 minus 0.3578 whole square sin of, that is omega d value is 2.0877 into t plus theta value is 1.2048. Now again we'll write the expression as C of t is equal to 1 minus 1.07 e to the power of minus 0.80 sin of 2.0877 t plus 1.2048. Now we'll see one more problem, steady state error for the unit step, unit ramp and the unit acceleration inputs. So this is the g of s value. So we'll see the unit step input. Unit step input, that is kp is equal to limit of s tends to 0, g of s is equal to infinity. So if I get g of s is equal to infinity, error is this is equal to 1 by 1 plus kp. So 1 by infinity value will be 0. So for the unit ramp, that is kb is equal to limit of s tends to 0, s into g of s. So limit of s tends to 0, write the value what given in the problem. So here if I apply the limit, this value will becomes only 1 and here also it becomes only 1. So 10 divided by 1 is 10. So es is equal to 1 by kv, that is 1 by 10 is equal to 0.1. Next one is unit acceleration input, that is k is equal to limit of s tends to 0, s square into g of s. Here if I substitute the value, I'll get it as 0 because here anything multiplied by 0 will be 0. So ESS is equal to 1 by Ka and 1 by 0 value will be infinity. So now one more problem. A closed loop transfer function has a two complex conjugate. They have given in the problem S1, S2, minus 2 plus or minus J1. Determine the form of transfer function and the values of omega n, Tp, Tr, Ts and Mp. So all the settling omega n, that is this value, they has the damping factor, peak time, rise time, settling time and the maximum overshoot, assuming the second order system. So first here we need to find the transfer function, that is C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So while s1 and s2 they have given here minus 2 plus or minus j1, I have written here minus 2 plus or minus j1. So the denominator of the transfer function, that is s plus 2 plus j1, then s plus 2 minus j1. So this will be s plus 2 whole square minus j1 whole square. So this we can write it as s square plus 4s plus 5. So C of s by R of s is equal to 5 divided by s square plus 4s plus 5. So comparing with the standard values, omega n square is equal to 5 and omega n is equal to square root of 5 is 2.236. Then 2 zeta omega n is equal to 4 and zeta is equal to 4 divided by 2 into omega n. Substitute the value, I'll get it as 0.8944. So omega d value is nothing but omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square. Again, you substitute the value here, zeta square and omega n. I'll get it as approximately 1 radians per second. And theta is tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta, and it is 0.4636 radians. And the peak time, pi by omega d. So omega d already we got it here. If I substitute here, I'll get it as pi by omega d as 3.1415 second. And next settling time is 4 divided by zeta omega n. So both the values we got it already. Substitute the values. So this value I'll get it as 2 second. And TR, that's the rise time, is nothing but pi minus theta by omega d. So theta value we got it and omega d value also we got it. If I substitute, I'll get it as 2.6779 second. So maximum overshoot is e to the power of minus pi zeta divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. So substitute the value and calculate the exponential of that value. I'll get it as 0.1867%. Now we'll see the next problem. A system has a unity step response of C of t is equal to 1 minus e to the power of minus 0.1 t. So determine its impulse response and the ramp response. Assume zero initial condition. So first we'll take it as unit step input. For the unit step input, R of s is equal to 1 by s, taking the Laplace transform of C of t. So C of t they have given in inverse Laplace transform. So I need to write in terms of Laplace transform. So C of s is equal to 1 by s for 1 by s minus, for this exponential of minus 0.1 into t, Laplace transform is 1 divided by s plus 0.1. So now so if I take the LCM and if I simplify, I'll get it as 0.1 divided by s into s plus 0.1. So now I need to find the transfer function, that is C of s by R of s is equal to, so after simplification I'll get it as 0.1 divided by s plus 0.1. So for the impulse response, R of s is equal to 1. So C of s is equal to 0.1 divided by s plus 0.1. So inverse Laplace transform of this is C of t is equal to 0.1 e to the power of minus 0.1 t. So for the ramp input, R of s is 1 by s square. So I write the 1 by s square here, 0.1 divided by 1 plus 0.1. Using the partial fraction, I'll write it as a by s square plus b by s plus c by s plus 0.1. So next step is we need to find the values of a, b and the c. So we get the a value as 1, b value is minus 10 and c value as 10. So we'll substitute all the values. So C of s is equal to 1 by s square minus 10 by s plus 10 by s plus 0.1. We'll take the inverse Laplace transform of this. C of t is equal to, here this value will be t and 10 by s is 10. Then here plus 10 into exponential of minus 0.1 t.